rifle and pulled the trigger. The bullet hit right between the eyes. "Yeah," I exclaimed. He went down with a thunk and a dash of splat. Another one down. How many more to go? Who knows? All I can say is, at one time I hated these things. Or can you even call it killing? And now I kind of enjoy it. Would you say I'm going out of my mind? I'm not the one to ask at the present time, but the way this world has gone, I'll be surprised if I ever meet a normal person to ask such a question. Well, before I begin telling you this gruesome tale, it would be good manners to give you my name. It's Peter. Peter Limerick. Nothing special about the name, just a guy trying to live a normal life at one time. Now let's go back in time with the tale that if you are faint of heart, you should probably stop reading and find yourself another pleasant tale of times long ago. It started 5 long years ago. One beautiful day that turned into the worst day I've ever experienced due to humanity's greed and stupidity. It was the day the Walking Dead came back to feast on our flesh. It was hard to believe there were zombies roaming around. You see movies or read books about the undead, but to become a reality? This was unbelievable in my thoughts. The news reported almost immediately upon the rotting corpses rising from their graves or leaving the funeral homes. It didn't take long at all for people to start getting munched on. The scary thing is, once they were munched or even nibbled by a zombie, they'd become one. Soon there were hundreds to thousands of zombies roaming around. But the people soon found out if you paid them no attention, they ignored you. Quite strange of a concept, but better than being chased after at all times. You can walk right by them, then all is good. They just stumble on their merry way, stinking up the neighborhood. Let me say this again. As long as you ignore them, you can walk the streets without being munched. But there is one big problem with such a concept. Have you ever tried to walk down a sidewalk with people walking by with their head half torn off or a leg or arm ripped off? I highly doubt it. Some people were able to do such a thing for so long, but the larger majority couldn't do such a thing. One day as I walked home, I looked across the street and saw a couple walking. A zombie was approaching them. It was limping due to the left leg about to come off. By looking at the couple, I could tell they were trying to ignore the zombie as it got closer and closer. They were almost hit by the zombie when the leg fell off and landed in front of the couple. The woman screamed. Even though the zombie was useless for the most part, when it comes to grabbing live humans, you knew the couple were dead meat when it comes to the rest of them. Out of the corner of my eye, I saw the zombies come into view. It didn't take long for the couple to be surrounded. "Run!" yelled the guy. The couple started running but didn't get far when the woman tripped and went down. She screamed for her significant other, but it was too late. The zombies were on her. The guy looked back for a moment, then ran off. To me, it almost seemed like the zombies set the entire thing up. But that is hard to believe since zombies supposedly had no intelligence. Who knows? I walked on knowing one day this was going to happen to me. I just didn't know it would be so soon. A week later, it didn't happen. I carried around an Uzi just in case I had to waste some zombies. Nowadays, any kind of weapon is practically given away for free to take care of those pesky zombies. It was stressed to everyone still alive that once you show any of them recognition, all of them are after you. Even if you blow away all of them in sight, you are now a target for everyone undead roaming the miserable planet. Your brains are now on the wanted poster. Anyway, one day as I walked down the street, I saw something that made me want to throw up. 2 zombies, about 20 feet in front of me, were chomping on a little child. Now I know, since these zombies have been around, they have munched on quite a few kids. But to actually see it happen made me want to puke. It made me mad. I had enough of this crap, and couldn't take it anymore. These zombies needed to be stopped before they completely take over. I took out my Uzi and pointed it at the zombies. "Hey!" I yelled at them. "You ugly bastards!" Both of them looked up at me. One an old man, the other a girl in her 20s. The old man, you could tell, was one of the originals. Most of the skin on his face was gone. The girl was new. She had quite a few bite marks on her body. A big chunk was missing from her skull. They both growled at me and slowly rose, having a hard time of doing so, with missing of partial parts. Nothing is functional the way they should inside those rotting bodies. Not only is the skin rotting, but also everything inside. They both started limping towards me, arms with bony fingers reaching out for me. Both were making unintelligent noises. I suppose the brains rotted away too. Well, now I have what you would say, stuck my nose into a life-changing event. Now I'll have to run until they either get me or every zombie is taken out. I knew these two zombies weren't going to be the ones to take me down. Goodbye, meat. I fired at their faces, taking both of them down. But as I predicted, more came. I started firing away as I ran down the street. I'm glad I brought a couple of extra clips, since there were quite a few of them. I kept on shooting and shooting. Soon all lay there with splattered brains. I quickly ran out of there. Fast forward 5 years later, and I still stand here, looking at another zombie I have taken down. Another zombie out of hundreds, or is it in the thousands? What a life. Well, time to stop chatting and move on before the zombies discover me. It will end one day, but I might be the only one left. Heaven help us.